Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to your show, E-Coffee with Experts. This is Ranmay here. And today we have Ben, who is the managing director of Neural Edge, an award-winning agency specializing in AI data-led search marketing. Welcome, Ben.
Hi, Ranmay. Thanks for having me on. Really excited to have this discussion with you.
Great. Ben, before we move any forward, why don't you talk us through about your journey and what Neural Edge is all about? What do you guys offer? What niches do you cater to? And how are you different from all the agencies out there?
Yeah, sure. I guess my kind of journey in marketing started as far back as 2011, unofficially. Started running businesses as a side hustle, little t-shirt brands that I started with. That kind of got me into building websites, writing copy, a bit of SEO, a bit of social media. And then a few years down the line, after doing that as a part-time thing, I got a job in marketing, selling pest control products online. From there, I moved through the ranks of different businesses, marketing assistant, marketing executive. And then more recently, I worked at a company called The Tea House, who sell loose leaf tea in London. And from there, I went on to work with Screwfix, who's the UK's kind of largest DIY retailer. And I guess through that time, I've got a lot of experience of different aspects of marketing. So all the different channels, the way that kind of data is used, how to build strategies. And I guess that kind of led up to the creation or the founding of the agency in end of 2019. And I think the reason we started it was we'd seen the appetite for people wanting to use data. There was murmurs of around AI at that time as well coming in. And we really saw the opportunity to help businesses get to grips with their data and understand how they can use it to better inform their campaigns. And I think as well, in that time, it's social media, phones, high-speed internet. It's created a lot of data. It's created a lot of different ways to reach people, and marketing became very fragmented across all different channels. I guess the way that we saw it was data was a way to bring that back together, have a holistic view of what's happening, use the data to make those important decisions. And that's where kind of Neural Edge was founded. And then over the last four years that we've been working on the Neural Edge project, started off as a data-driven piece. And then about 2.5 years ago, we started doing a lot of research into AI tools and very much brought that into our workflows. And since then, we've taken off in terms of companies being really interested in not only the data aspect, but the AI aspect. And then you had ChatGPT, kind of all the hype around that in November last year, which again, kind of brought it all to everyone's attention. Yeah, I guess the difference with us is that we've been doing it for a long time in terms of data and AI stuff. And we're not just using ChatGPT to write blog posts. We're going deeper than that. And that's what really makes us stand out. And we hear it a lot from the proposals that we put together. We do a lot of analysis beforehand for companies. And the feedback we get is that it always blows other agencies out of the water. So it gives us the confidence that we're on to something good in terms of data and AI. And as that continues to grow and influence the marketing industry, I think it puts us in a really good position, not only to help businesses do more, but educate people on the right and wrongs of AI and how we use it and how they can use data to achieve their overall objectives.
Great, yeah. You have been at the forefront of digital marketing landscape for quite some time now, like you mentioned, right? Could you share with our listeners some key shifts and trends you have observed in the field of SEO and digital marketing since you started your career?
Yeah, I think if we're talking about like from an SEO perspective, you've got to start with the algorithm updates, right?
Yeah.
So for me, Panda, I guess, was one of the big ones back in 2011. And it makes me laugh in a way because that was all about filtering out bad content. And we're back to that point now where it's filtering out bad AI content. But 12 years ago, we're filtering out bad human content. That's one shift that I guess started it. And then Penguin in 2012, those spammy links, the black hat, the grey hat stuff, keyword stuffing, general web spam that was being filtered out. And then the other kind of jumping forward, I guess the way that Google then better understood content in more of a human type way. So how words and phrases were linked together and the semantics of that. And I guess MUM or MUM, again, 2021 came out 1,000 times more powerful than BERT. So again, it became less about targeting specific keywords and more about writing a piece as a whole rather than just a piece to rank. I think as well, in terms of other algorithm updates, the helpful content one is a big one. August 22, it started to come out, rewarding that kind of helpful, informative content rather than the stuff that just been written to rank. And then again, bringing it up to date, September 2023, that other big update. And I guess for me, those are important trends and shifts in how Google is seeing content and ranking content. But people always get quite stressed out about it or nervous about it. But I've always had the philosophy that if you're doing the right thing, and you're not going against it and doing these black hat things, it's not really going to have a negative impact on you. And I guess it's only potentially going to have a positive impact as those sites that are going against the guidelines or trying to game the system come out of rankings or drop out of them. So I guess in an SEO perspective, the kind of shifts in algorithm updates are really important. And I guess that then leads on to the shift in the kind of content quality and relevance. Google obviously continually trying to make sure that they're serving up really high quality content, relevant content to what people are searching for. And it's really has moved away from the early days of keyword stuffing and just white text and trying to hide stuff, and actually making sure that we're providing stuff that is high quality and relevant. And then I guess what ties into that again is this kind of EEAT that's come out. So experience, expertise, authoritativeness, trustworthiness. For those that kind of maybe aren't familiar with that, it's not Google don't cite that as a direct ranking factor. It's more a framework that's used by their content raters to understand how useful or helpful content is. And I think that, again, has really helped to focus people's minds when they're writing content on, oh, hang on, I'm actually writing this for people. I'm not writing this just for a search engine. Where stuff comes in like experience, adding in personal experiences, adding in opinions, expertise. Is this an accredited professional that's writing this? Is this someone that's got genuine experience in the industry? Authority, I think WebMD is a good example, known within the medical space as being an authority in that area. And that gives you the kind of confidence that what you're reading is a really good piece of content. And then I guess trustworthiness as well comes down to things like being clear about who wrote that piece of content, factual accuracy, citing trustworthy sources. So yeah, I think again, it's the big shift is in SEO in particular is, writing for people, proving your knowledge. Not just keyword stuffing and writing for search engines. And then I guess following on from that, you've then got the content's written, it's on the page, then it becomes more about the experience of how people can interact with that. As I said in the intro, everyone's got a smartphone now. Google started introducing mobile first indexing in November 2016. And by December 2018, half of the sites on the internet were mobile first indexed. And pretty much if your site hasn't been mobile indexed first now, it's not going to happen. So it shows you that emphasis that Google was having on mobile usage and mobile optimization. And if you're not putting that into your strategy, wherever people come from, whether they come in from PPC or social or SEO, it's really important that you've prioritized that in your campaign focus. And then I guess we can't really talk about trends and shifts without talking about video. YouTube, more recently TikTok. There's a huge shift from text-based content, then it went to images, and now it's back at video. And it's those kind of metrics like around engagement that are really important in terms of we're not just creating video for the sake of creating video, we're making sure it's being engaged with, it's delivering value. And then from an SEO perspective, optimizing it, captions, keywords as well. So again, I think that's had a massive impact on marketing as well. And people's attention spans are a lot shorter. Even podcasts, maybe that something like Joe Rogan, where it's 3 hours, people don't sit there and consume it for 3 hours. It's a 20-minute chunk, it's a half an hour chunk. You're going through social media, it's a 10-second video, not a 2-minute video. So again, that's another big trend or shift that's come in as digital natives are coming through and seeing that stuff. And then again, as I touched on in the beginning, I guess the final kind of big shift or trend that I would pull out is this focus on data-driven decision making. So, all of these channels and all of these kind of algorithm updates and pieces of software that we use, they all produce data. And it's now about, okay, we've got data. How do we actually use that then to make the best decisions? Kind of the proliferation of new pieces of software. SaaS has opened up the software market to people being able to have a freemium model, use these pieces of software, try it out, find the best ones, and essentially refine strategies and get the best ROI. And I guess to finish, more recently, the biggest trend, as we touched on, is AI. So not only, I guess, the biggest use case people see is content writing, but gathering data, analyzing data, forecasting how campaigns might perform. That is really allowing marketers to do a lot more with a lot less. And it means that we've got more resource to spend on other things. And I think as people get more familiar and confident with AI, it's just going to continue to grow exponentially and make a huge impact, even more than it is now, in the...
Yeah, absolutely. For AI with ChatGPT or other tools out there, a lot of people feel that it was there to take up the jobs, but only has to be proven otherwise, wherein people who, gotten used of the tech and are using it to the optimum have landed up at more high paying jobs than what they were earlier. So it's about adapting to the change which is there, because AI is there to stay. It's how you use it in your arm as a weapon versus getting scared of it, not using it, delaying the inevitable, as they say.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. And it's not about AI taking the jobs. It's about how is AI helping people do their jobs better or enhancing the jobs or creating more interesting jobs. So AI does the mundane stuff and people do the more creative and the fulfilling and the fun stuff. And it's, if you see it in that way as a positive and how it can be used as a positive, it's a lot less scary thing than you think it's going to come and take my job. I don't want to engage with it. I'm not going to look at it. That's where you're going to start falling behind and you will lose out to it. I think it's really important to embrace it and be open to how it can enhance what you're doing rather than replace what you're doing.
Yeah, it only adds to your efficiency if used correctly, right?
Yeah.
All the stuff that you recurring stuff that you used to do manually, it only saves time if you use AI and just do the editing, a few verifying of facts here and there, and it gives you a head start for sure, rather than starting from scratch like we all used to before it happened. Yeah. It only adds to your armory if you know how to use it. Great. And then talking about AI, Neural Edge is known for its expertise in AI data-led search marketing. What is your perspective, Ben, how AI and data analytics are transforming the way businesses approach their marketing strategies?
Yeah, I think generally speaking, data allows you to make more informed decision making. So you can allocate budget and resources more effectively. You're going to get better results. You're going to get less wastage. You're going to get a higher ROI on your campaign spends. And as we've just been saying there, I think AI speeds up that process. So you can do more with less, maybe smaller teams, or analyze more data more quickly and essentially be more agile in your decision making. You can make decisions more quickly. You can react to the market more quickly. I think if I think about it as a process of going through a campaign, then I guess initially data, AI, transforming strategies, first place to look is at your own data. There's plenty of tools out there from an SEO perspective that you can analyze keywords that you rank for, so Ahrefs, SEMrush. Similarly, free tools like GA4, that will show you how many people come to your website, where they're coming from. And once you've got this data, it can be used to inform, well, which pages are actually working for us and which are performing, which aren't working, and which do we need to have a look at. So just in that sense, it's gone from not being a stab in the dark at, I think we need to do this. It's more of the data is telling us that this is performing well and we should do more of this. I think as well, like offsite and then looking internally at your own kind of customer stuff, there's a really good tool called PKI, which helps you with customer segmentation. So not only are you, looking at how your website is performing, but you're also looking at which customer segments should you be targeting. So which ones will give you the highest lifetime value? Which ones are most profitable for you? And essentially, once you know that information, again, you can allocate budget resource to developing the campaigns that will give you the best ROI, deliver the right message at the right time. And again, AI definitely helps you to identify those more quickly and react more quickly. And if you can react quicker than your competitors, then you're obviously going to gain that competitive advantage.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and then I guess if you're looking outside of your organization, then you can think about how it's impacting competitor and market analysis. So a tool that we use that's 100% saved us so much time in terms of analysis is Surf. That's going out. It's looking at the SERPs. It's gone from a manual case of me being sat here, going through each of the top 10 search results. How many headings have they got? How many words are in that piece of text? How many images have they got? How many links? Surf is going away and giving me that information in 10 seconds. It's visualizing it. I've then got like an instant snapshot of, okay, I'm trying to rank for this. I can now see exactly in 10 seconds what length that needs to be, how many headings I should put in there. And I guess it doesn't completely override a manual check. That's always got to be done. But it gives you that instant view of what's happening. Again, saving you time and more time to be spent on content ideation or content creation. And then another tool that we like to use with our clients is called Gap Scout. Again, it's a really useful tool for competitor and market analysis. Gap Scout basically analyzes online reviews from you and your competitors. It scrapes the web, compiles that into kind of a qualitative feedback document. And what that allows you to do is then basically look at where the gaps are in the market, where your competitors not serving their customers as well as they could be. You know, for example, they're getting a load of bad reviews around customer service. That could then be somewhere that you allocate more of your resource to, and to making sure that yours is like the best in the market. So again, it's rather than sitting and going through, loads of manual reviews, you're using AI to go and gather that data. You can then use that data to inform, product development, service development, even, campaigns and kind of strategies and channels that you might use as well. And then I suppose going on from that, you're looking at the planning of campaigns and strategies. So got that data, analyze what you're doing, what your competitors are doing. So again, a tool like Ahrefs, you can find how many people are searching for these, how hard are they to rank for? Is it actually going to be realistic for me to try and rank this term? How many backlinks am I going to need? Again, all data that's useful in terms of informing your strategy rather than just being, I think we should target this. No idea if we're going to rank well for it or not. No idea how authoritative the sites are in the top 10, but we'll try and do it anyway. It's now come into, okay, maybe that's one for 12 months time once you've built topical authority or done a link building campaign. Again, I can come in terms of using it for keyword clustering. So around topic clusters is a really big thing in SEO, building up that topical authority. You've got a list of 10,000 keywords. You can use a tool like Keyword Insights that uses AI to cluster those together, identify the search intent. And again, you're building out this strategy relatively quickly versus doing that over a manual process. And then forward forecasting, I guess you've got tools like SEO Monitor, which is a personal favorite of mine. So you put in all the keywords that you are going to be targeting in your campaign. You can set like different parameters around what your conversion rate is, what your domain authority is, that kind of thing. Again, that will use kind of AI predictive analysis to say, okay, you're going to target these. This is what we think you're going to get traffic wise. This is what we think you're going to get transactions. And this is what we think sales are going to be. So again, it's that combination of data and AI to validate that campaign that you're putting together so that you've almost know what's going to happen rather than it being a stab in the dark. Yeah. And then I guess the last kind of couple of bits that come to mind in terms of data and AI influencing strategy is the actual implementation of campaigns. Again, we touched at the beginning around the use of AI for content writing. So that's probably one of the best known uses within kind of digital marketing and SEO. So tools like Jasper that we've been using from when it was called Jarvis and like back when they originally started. Immense time saving in terms of creating content. And that's not to say that there's not a process of going through and manually checking that and fact checking and make sure it's actually giving you the right information. But again, it's, as you say, you're not starting from a blank page anymore. You've got something that's there, that's been written, and you're ready to just go out straight away. ChatGPT, again, another great one for implementing campaigns. So writing a long blog post or something, great for summarizing data, putting data into tables, that kind of thing, or even just like creating a brief for a content writer or an AI tool to follow. again, it's just saving time and giving you a really good output without you having to do too much to it. And then again, on the AI side, whether you're running kind of social ads or you're using images in blog posts, Mid-Journey, Stable Diffusion, both of those are probably the best known tools in terms of image generation, text to image generation through AI. So again, it's taken out briefing a graphic designer or paying for something like Photoshop or Illustrator. You play around with it and nail down these kind of styles that you want out of them. And once you've done that, you've almost got an instant kind of access to an image bank that's pretty unique and that you can use within those campaigns. And then, yeah, I guess my final kind of piece on this would just be around the ongoing monitoring and data insights. The kind of data collection, is allowing you to not only see how your campaign might perform, but then it's showing you how your campaign is actually performing. I'd always say start with free tools, Google Search Console, GA4, plenty of data in there that will tell you how your campaigns are performing, what tweaks you might need to make. Then, there's probably more tools, more proactive tools that will scan your site regularly. Site Checker is a really good one. That's going to scan your site, link into Search Console. It's going to give you real-time SEO suggestions based on your performance. Dib is another good one for kind of smaller businesses that are maybe doing it themselves or only have a really small marketing team. And then, other tools that are useful. Heat maps, again, are another really useful one in terms of putting it on landing pages, where are people clicking, how far are they scrolling down. So all of these kind of data-driven tools are really informing not only the strategy that we're putting together, but the nurturing and optimization of that strategy as we go through it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Lovely, Ben. It was fantastic. But before we let you go, what advice do you want to give, since you have been there for quite some time now? What is that one piece of advice that you'd want to give to all those budding entrepreneurs who want to make a mark in the digital marketing space? Let's say if they want to open their own agency, or young digital marketers who want to grow, let's say in a job or whatever they want to do in this particular space.
Yeah, I think I would probably just say find a niche and really stick to it and become an expert in that area. So, digital marketing covers a massive range of areas. You can be a social expert, you can go to SEO, PPC. There's so many different areas that you can focus in. If you try and be good at all of them, you're really not going to be that good at any of them. And the model that I really like is being called a kind of a T-shaped marketer. So you have awareness of all of these channels and how they work together, but you really specialize in one. So for me, we really specialize in SEO and we do PPC as well. We don't really do any work on social media or email marketing or affiliate marketing. And what that means is, it means that when people want SEO, they come to us because they know we're really good at SEO and we're not trying to spin loads of plates and be good at everything. We're really good at SEO. So for me, really find that thing that really lights that fire inside you. Go and really focus on that. Become a really good expert in that. Don't discount other channels. Understand how they interact and will impact your area of expertise. And then once you've done that, make sure you're telling people about it. You have the confidence. I think everyone has a bit of imposter syndrome when they start out, either in a new job or start a new agency. But get over that. Be confident that you're the expert in that area. Make sure that you're delivering value to your employers or your clients or your employees too. And that's really the best way to get started and the path to follow, I would say.
Lovely, lovely, Ben. But now that you've shared all the insights, I would like to play a quick rapid fire with you. I hope you're game for it.
Do it.
All right, let's start with an easy one. Your last Google search.
I think it was for a dog walker, my dog.
Okay, all right. And what did you do with your first paycheck, Ben? First paycheck of your life?
I bought a laptop with my first paycheck. I remember it very vividly. Got it from eBay. Waited a few days for it to be delivered. No Amazon Prime back then. Yeah, and that was probably back when I was starting that first clothing company.
All right, lovely. Your favorite sport?
Favorite sport? Probably football, soccer.
Okay. Which club do you follow?
I follow Manchester United. Followed then since I was really young. So that's probably the answer that most people give. I quite like watching the international though as well. England are starting to get pretty good at football now, so it
Yeah.
makes it an easier watch.
And Man United, so even I'm a fan of Man United. So tough times for sure, but we'll sail through.
Yeah, it's
Hopefully.
not like the 99 era, is it?
Yeah. In fact, early 2000s were also good, but yeah. But we'll get through it, hopefully, and hopefully soon.
Hopefully
Great.
soon.
Yeah. And moving on, let's say, Ben, if we were to make a movie on you, what genre would it be?
Probably comedy. I quite like comedy. I deal with things by looking at it in a comedic way. Yeah, so probably comedy.
Lovely, lovely. Great. Yeah. I'll not grill you any further, Ben. Thank you so much for taking out time and doing this with us. Really appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no, likewise. Thank you very much for having me on. It's been really great to connect with you.
Great. Thank you.